their environments, the culture, the background, the parenting. This is what I'm saying. Based on their circumference of the places, it's the size important. Ultimately, they have some goal. They wanted to become something, though they are not in any action, but they have some inner within. We people have the tendency to develop our mind, and we can change our field of interest. I've seen now on the day-to-day life activities, a great person says that learn from the other mistake. If you go on mm, doing mistake and learning from your own mistake, it will take your time, and you don't have enough time to learn from your own mistakes. My field of interest is not something different, and I know these field of interest might not be stagnant for my whole lifetime. It will be changing after a few months and a few years. I know that definitely. I may get furious on the student, those who are asking again. But now that I like those students who really regularly ask any question to me. I feel so nice that when I share this topic, these problems with me, it may change. I don't know. Based on the interest, what I'm saying is that. So it's not only part of mine; it's part of every human species. What I've seen from the society. Of course, let me share one more important topic is that. What's the topic? I just forget now. Lose problem brains. What was the topic? I think man. एक बड़े वाला sentence होता था. I was about to say, but just strike my brains and I forget to. Time. हाँ आ गया दिमाग में आ गया. भी देखो for the last year, for the last few couple of months, I was quite dedicated towards my students to share knowledge, to clear the concepts, so that the upcoming examinations will be well enough. They can put their enough efforts and should be good enough. That's what my goal I set for last year that I've set for the sessions. Thing is that, and I wanted to follow the celibacy. There's another main point, and also trying to focus my lifestyles toward the positive activities, give my dedications to the YouTube videos and try to explore it. I take this many times. I think to do this the same thing, same monopoly, but by last few months, last year, last few weeks. This is what we call distractions. This is called distractions. So frequently I face that problem. So while I was going there, one more thought strikes me. It really gives me a strong different topic to be discussed about. I don't know what's the topic that I was discussing about. Let me discuss this thing. Let's get started now. Thing is that I'm feeling cold now. Month of March. Look, many times our field of interest changes. As a child, at that times my field of interest was playing marbles, gossiping with friends, roaming the various places, kirtan and prasad, friends, talking with them, hangouts. If friends call me, I used to go with them. So this was a field of interest during my childhood section or period. Slowly, when I grew up, my field of changes. My field of field changes on money, on the things, visiting various places, making new friends. So based on this, I conclude that for various peoples or for the human species, the field of interest may vary. There is various perspectives of human likeness. They like to do these things, but for some peoples, they like to eat, they like food. This what the field of interest may vary based on their field of their nature, their environments, their culture, the background, the parenting. This is what I'm saying. Based on their circumference of the places, it's the size important. Who's calling saying that field of interest is vary for different people. This what. Now, first of all, we know that we set our goal because every people they say they don't have goal, but ultimately they have some goal. They may They wanted to become something, though they are not taking any action, but they have some inner within aim. Aim is there, but he is not able to take a proper action. He is not taking action for that because his field of interest is something different. His or her field of interest. So from the books I found that we people have the tendency to develop our mind, and we can change our field of interest. I've seen now on the day-to-day life activities, I have seen many students, many people, they're very interested on girls. They go on running behind the girls, taking numbers, chatting with them. Even the students of class 7 8 students, so they engage with it because at this age they are not able to think the world in a broad scale, and they think that world is limited, and this world ultimately we need after earning money, after job, what we need ladki only. So they focus now only towards doing this type of things. They're making girlfriends, proposing girls. Let's live with this thing. So what is about the mental behavior, because they think that we are surrounded by limited things, there's nothing beyond that, the girl is everything. For that moment they feel like that, but when they cross the age, when the moment passes, the field of interest changes. When some may have, now there is many students in class 11 and class 12, their field of interest to gather knowledge. They really favor knowledge, and they like collecting. They watches various videos or books, so that the intensity was to collect the knowledge, and they like to gather knowledge so that they can provoke, so they can talk with, they discuss in any group and in the friends. And this is what I liked. And there is many people who like to make comedy. Many show you can see they like to actings and all, they like dancing. If there is some organization, some program is in school, they fully engage in themselves. Even living the studies, they give a excuse to their parents that mom, there's a teacher day, children day, I'm engaging myself in dancing, so please don't allow me to force in studying. So this is what field of interest. People work on the basis of field of interest. Some are interested in alcohol abuse, so however how much you make him in his restricts, he will go on that path because he is abused. He's like events, he know the interest of that, why he or she drinks or why he or she smokes. So it is based on the field of interest why he is doing it. Because if I may think that why people are drinking, man, why people are smoking, why someone is running behind girls, what they are getting, I may not feel it. But he is the person, he is the field of interest of that person. He may feel the importance of this, he may feel how gigantic, how romantic, how he and how happy he is by doing these activities. So his field of interest is totally different. So we are human being. So God really created us. We think that we are common. We all are human being, two eyes, one nose, mouth. But if you see the emotional perspective view of a people, every people or every individual is unique on that aspect. So thing is that. So well, our parents, sometimes what happens that in our modern period, that our parents had a goal for the children, that I like my child to make a to become a doctor, to become an engineer, to become a lawyer, whatever. But thing is that something different is going, but the parents don't know. His son started running after girls or after a boy, after a phone, playing PUBG whole day or whole night, and another blanket is playing PUBG. No one knows about this thing. He's filled up differently. He thinks that his world is been limited on playing games. There is nothing beyond playing. For his time, for that moment, he feel that game is everything for me. I am surrounded by games I like because he give his full attention. He start liking because he can predict the future, that I will gain this means chicken tandoori, what I don't know about this thing, but they feel within them that no, I'll be achieving something. It is a virtual achievement. Whatever achieving they are doing in a game, it is a virtual achievement. It is not a real achievement. Virtual, they are living in the virtual world, and they are being happy be living in the virtual world. So they are cannot differentiate between the virtual and the real world. So the time will come, then they can differentiate, and and that time they will left doing this this is unnecessary or the useless stuff. So now the moments they may engage in this thing, but time will come which will change. That is why Albert time says that time will change everything. Time is the most powerful thing, and it changes. So my dear, if you really understand now, it can save your time. You can use your future time in doing to obtaining or to achieving your certain goal. So my topic is really getting very diverse. So this my topic was a field of interest. This is what I'm mentioning about field of interest. That is why now fast for the first few weeks my field was little different, uh, and still it is there now, something different. So when I was in my college life, I also wanted to become an engineer, doctor, author. But slowly, now I started liking teaching. I like students. I like their smiles, the small kids. They're behaving in such a way. I feel so careless. I remind my childhood activities when I look in this thing. When I see their smile, it really pleases the heart. So I really enjoy teaching them. I really enjoy sharing my new experience with them. What the problem that I faced in my school life and my college life, I like to share with the students so that they might not do the same mistake. That is why the great person says that learn from the other mistake. If you go on mm, doing mistake and learning from your own mistake, it will take your time, and you don't have enough time to learn from your own mistakes. That is why great person says that if you can try to get experience from the other person, often the experience, gain the knowledge from them, gain the experience, know the mistakes what they have done. So this is what we can preserve your time, because our lifespan is limited. Everyone lifespan is limited, so we can't go on experiencing everything and learning any new stuff thing from their experiences. So we can gather some experience. Now if you now you know that Newton created the three laws: first law, second law, third law. Now if you go on back again, decide thinking about this thing, how he created, how he made this law, how force is equal to ma, what is mass and acceleration, what is velocity, what is this and that, what is momentum. So this already created. He used a brain, he used a lifetime on making this thing. So why you think about this again? So why he spent his whole life to create all these new formulas? So my dear, the youngster should carry out this same formula and need to go a little broad, higher. Don't come back. He already he's lost his life for inventing this thing. If you go on thinking that how he created the formula and what the idea he used, you'll fall back. You'll not have you'll stop by there. You'll not get raised up with that. This is what field of interest, and this is what I'm saying. There. There's no tuitions and all, so I feel like to talk because there's many things I really write talks, but I do not get time to share with the thing. I like to share these things, my experience and all. So field of interest, so it's decides about the age, your mental behavior, your society, your backgrounds, your co-friends circulation, your friend circles. So it's total dependence upon your all this aspect what I mentioned earlier. So somebody when I was at those times I liked the computer laptop very much, but this you can say I have three laptops now. But thing is that my field of interest changes now. No more wanted to edit files and all. I feel really fed up. I feel bored on this thing. A lot of storage and all. Once I was really highly dedicated on these things. I feel so nice to you buy new lot of gadgets. I'm a really freak of gadgets, means I really like to buy various gadgets and all. That's why but this field of interest obviously gonna change. I know that this is the behavior of mine. Because last when I was a child, I like marbles, carom board whole day. You can see there's one carom board. It's been more than 12, 13, 14 years. I have not means I have not played nicely now. Student plays. So once I was fully integrated. After coming from the schools, I engaged myself in playing. I started liking. I think that I'll become champion. So thing is that slowly, day by day, I started growing interest on other fields. I I started knowing the interest of other things. I think that carom board is not so demandful, so I engage myself in other activities. So I feel that field of interest is very important. So based on our thinking, our field of changes. Now many things that para is important. Many students are really highly dedicated towards studies. They studies whole day at nights. Think that para is very important, so they're dedicated towards studies. But thing is, after a few months or year, when there is college and all, that's what the person, it becomes changes. The mind changes towards money. They start running after money. So the times of the college life, what happens is that they think that the world is dependent on money. If you don't have money, you don't have a status, nothing. How much you study. So their field of interest changes. They are running behind money. This one. So after crossing this adulthood, they start reaching this old ages. At the time, the people don't have any interest towards money. They just have interest on a spiritual spiritual matters. They go on and becoming devotee. They visiting various religious pilgrims and all. This one, they think that life is nothing. We're not going to take anything else with us. This the realization they fell after that, after in that age, because when the people don't have any more physical strength in the body, mental strength. The times people thinking that life is nothing. Life is bullshit. Life is bullshit, and we gonna nothing achieve anything from that. So their behavior changes, the mentality changes, the way of thinking changes. The one who was very rude at his childhood or this young's period, he becomes so polite and obedient when the old person talk with you, because he know the real thing. My father is calling, so I have enough to start talking. Now today, my field of interest difference. I motivate the students. I like to share my experience. Even though I have to study many things, I like to carry out my father education also. The thing is that my field of interest is not something different, and I know these field of interest might not be stagnant for my whole lifetime. It will be changing after a few months and few years. I know that definitely. So now I really starting this sharing and teaching others, but it may happen that after a few years I may get furious on the student, those who are asking again. But now that I like the student who really eagerly asks any question to me, I feel so nice that when I share this topic, these problems with me, I like to solve the problems. So this give me extra happiness when I can solve some of students' problems. It give me feel like a winner ching way. But now this behavior, this kind of happiness or this kind of attitude within me may get change. It may change. I don't know based on the interest. What I'm saying is that. So it's not only part of mine, it's part of every human species. What I've seen from the society, from the circumstances, what I feel that the field of matters, the field of interest is a very great concerns, matter of concerns. Somebody the running age, the youngster, the people get highly engaged in earnings money and all, building buildings and all. So uh, our mind gets stops now. Just Dolim is called me, no, so that's saying that practical exam is cancelled. So let me inform to the students what's that I found today. Means I believe that the powerful thing in human behavior or human psychology is the right belief system. The belief system is really very important, supreme function of human brain. So most things that we believe, it become a strong attribute, a strong affection to our life. So I believe that thing. We do many activities on the best of belief system, right belief system. So what you believe, you 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 behave that way, and you take it very personal. What you believe. So take a proper life belief systems and habits, and how can you build a, or how can you acquire a light belief system? Is by repeated working or by repetitions, habit. That's all. I like to mention one more things. Based on the area or the regions, the field of interest may vary on peoples. The people those who are staying residing in the village area, their field of interest is different. The way of time passing for that people, particular peoples may different for the other region. But those who are urban peoples, those who are staying in urban region, their field of interest, their way of passing time, because they mostly pass the time on mobile, playing games, PUBG, and chatting, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp. They usually upload lots of photos and Instagrams. So they like these things. They like these things. It's great. It's give a boost to their minds, to their life activities. They like this thing. They know the value of one like, and how it feel when you get some likes on Instagram and all. No, that is why they engage the urban peoples or the what is it, the town people, the city people, city residing peoples. The matter is now it's become a field of interest for them. But if I consider another field, if I consider the people those who are living in this village area, their field of interest is a little different. They engage in doing kirtan, and even they gather together and have a group discussion about various matters. So one person is calling me, so I'll continue my talking. Times some kind of common thoughts come strike in our brains कि ये करेगा वो करेगा ये करेगा वो करेगा. Now if I indulge much in starting now, actually yesterday I planned to solve the class 10 this to upload in YouTube video, and so I thought to upload it. So thing is that, so when you do engage in something, your mind really gets distracted in many things. I had milk so half liter, so I feel nice now, energetics. That's what I'm saying is that. So mind gets, never feels your mind gets, and you're bound to think this thing, and you see the such things, you think about this thing. कोई दारू तुम्हारे सामने पी रहा है, obviously you gonna think about him or her. क्यों पी रहा है, कैसा पी रहा है, कैसा लग रहा होगा. You feel exhilarated, you get motivated when you do these things, and you also like to behave in such a way. This nature, and you also start liking the same taste, and you obviously you'll be starting liking the same taste. That's what we form that way. What we see around, what we sense, what we feel, what we listen, we divert our path in that directions. It's obvious, and that is definite. What we see around us, and definitely we're going to do something. It's not any shock for that. So my dear, that's what I like to say. There's still many things to learn. When you're busy, yeah, many things come to minds to do this and that, just to satisfy yourselves. On the meantime, in the year 2015, 16, I was greatly interested in roaming various places, visiting various places. That's become my hobby. I really get interested in visiting various places. I like those things. I start liking these things. That's what. Yes, yeah. Because I like to hunt the talents, knowledge, knowledge. This is what I wanted. So that's why I like to explore the places, because I got to know from somewhere that as far as you explore the places, so far your knowledge get expands. Your knowledge, you get a you get a strong dedications towards some things. That's what I got to know. That's I like to gather the knowledge. That's what I like. Either sitting idles, but I read against like experiences. I like to write books, various books, but sometimes stuck by the words that I've been at. These books draws on hundreds of academic studies. I was not here. Verbally and found themselves in non-desk scripts buildings in the university's campus, holding hands as they walked slowly down a halfway. They were surrounded a small. I like to write books, but I have not ever read a book completely as far of my knowledge. Don't know. I get it is that a motivation gets loses up. Many I thoughts. I bought lots of books, more 20, 30 books I bought. The thing is that I like to buy books because I have intention. I will all that. I will read that books. I will gather enough knowledge from there. The thing is that when I read halfway, 5 7 pages, I slowly get diverted. I slowly the meaning got hard for me, and I stop reading about this.